been 10 years. You start to forget the things you should remember. And you can't stop remembering the things you should forget.
Wholesale destruction, brotherhood, and a bit with a dog. Does that really cover Call of Duty Ghosts?
There's so much to offer this year with the new story, just a whole new setup with Stephen Gagan's actually writing it. He won Academy Award for Traffic, wrote and directed Syriana, and he's actually embedded at the studio. And it's basically a story about how there's this mass event and America's been crippled, the military, the government, and there's a new superpower that's risen. It's kind of encroaching in. And so you have to kind of team up with the Ghost Squad. You become part of the Ghost Squad. And yes, the Ghost Squad does have a dog as one of its members. And basically kind of turn the tide, because it's different for us too, because we've always been the overwhelming superhero, like the superpower in the game, right? That, you know, the cavalry is always coming, and now with this new kind of dynamic, you're the squad, and if you can't do it, help's not going to come.
Okay. Just sort of touching upon the dog for the moment,
no problem.
Because how have you guys responded to that, or seen the response to this element of the game that, you know?
Obviously, we thought the dog would be cool. We thought, we played it, we like it, we think it's awesome, but to have the fan reaction that we have is kind of blown our minds. And the dogs, it's a great new dynamic, and I think we're all fans. And just the fact that, like, working with the real guys, SEAL team guys, working with like real SEAL team service dogs, and kind of understanding what they can actually do. Like, we were, oh my God, they can do this and they can do this, and so from a game design and just a like idea perspective, like it's like, wow, you can give them commands. Yeah, it's got a little vibrating collar that tells them to go left and right. They've got an earpiece. They've got a camera that like pops up and then it swings back and forth so that they never get stuck on anything, so it can keep going. And so just using them in combat, whether it's like finding enemies, detecting people, because obviously their sense of hearing and smell, everyone knows about the bomb detection side, right? Or sniffing for drugs or something like that, but just everything that they can do is pretty crazy, and just how athletic they are. Like, wow, a dog can breach? Like, what? Oh yeah, we do it. You just pop the window and whoa, okay, that's awesome. Like, that'll be really fun.
Yeah, first time we've seen that in the game, really.
Yes.
Gosh, was this one dog or a few dogs over the course of the game?
Well, right now we're talking about Riley, who's part of your squad, and the cool thing is that with the Ghost Squad, you're in this tight-knit unit, and it's kind of the way that the real SEAL team guys talked about it, is the dog's not a dog. The dog's part of the squad. Like, I would take a bullet for the dog, just like I would take a bullet for any of my other human squad members. So it's pretty rad.
Why am I picturing a slow-mo sequence already?
No slow-mo sequence.
All right, well, talking about the Ghost Squad, I mean, obviously enough, you had the Modern Warfare, you're shifting to this. I mean, was it just like tonally different that was the idea? You wanted to go for something that was put us on the back foot, really, as you said at the start?
I think with the Infinity Ward guys is that they felt like Modern Warfare 3 had kind of wrapped, right? Like, they felt the story, and yeah, maybe you could have done another one, but they felt like it ended. It was a good closure. With the new engine, kind of stars kind of aligned with the new consoles and everything, that it was just a great opportunity to go all new across the board, and just do something different, because obviously they'd been making Modern Warfare for a while, and a whole lot of blood and sweat and tears had gone into that stuff, but so doing something different is kind of great for them.
Okay, now we saw a glimpse of Ghosts at the Xbox One reveal, but what are you guys showing at E3 here?
So right now at E3, we're showing full underwater level, so it's actually underwater combat, using a real-world weapon called the APS. Then we're also showing a level called No Man's Land, where it kind of introduces you to kind of this new world and how it's changed. And then that also features some of Riley as well, so to kind of give people an idea of what you can do with the dog.
Do you guys do doggy paddle as well?
Not yet.
Can you sort of elaborate a little bit on this cast of characters? Obviously, we've talked about Riley, but the actual guys of the squad, I mean, who are they? How are they pulled together?
So, you play as two brothers, right? So you play as one main character through that, and they're kind of the remnants of the U.S. Special Forces. They're like, the ghosts have always kind of been around, and they're doing like the most secret, and they were always in the shadows, but with the kind of mass events in that America's about to be wiped out, They kind of come to the forefront to kind of strike fear into the enemy, as well as to be kind of a rallying cry for the U.S. Army to try to get everyone going. And it's just you play alongside these guys, and it's kind of a diverse cast, and it's pretty awesome.
Okay. Now, with E3, the conferences and everything, we're talking about next gen, et cetera, but one of the emphasis is on like the connected world, the wider, greater connected world. Just wondering, with Ghosts, what are you guys doing in regards to multiplayer, regards to just that sort of whole dynamic?
So we're working with Microsoft. We were working with all the first parties to make sure that we're taking advantage of everything that these new machines can do. And we'll be looking at supporting Kinect and doing all those kinds of things. But right now we're just kind of working with the first party, since they just kind of announced some of that stuff, and getting it figured out.
Okay. So what's been the feedback? I mean, I'm sure you guys must be keeping an eye on social media. I mean, what's been the feedback so far certainly from that reveal till now?
It's been great. Like, I think people were surprised by us kind of going in this new direction, and then kind of having the gameplay that backs that up, and finally getting to see it, kind of making sense of it. Like with the dog, we'd announced the dog, right? Yeah. People knew there was going to be a dog, but people didn't get it. They're like, well, you had dogs before. Well, no, this is different. And now actually getting to see it, whoa, that's cool. And kind of allowing people to see all the hard work that everyone's been doing, and just the visuals. It's the best looking Call of Duty we've ever done, and the new engine and all that stuff is it's showing very well.
Well, we also went along to the sort of the reveal event for Call of Duty, and we saw that emphasis on the new engine, like you're saying, and sort of detailing that. You find it that, the Call of Duty series has always been phenomenal in terms of that visual fidelity, but these days it feels like it's harder and harder to really pinpoint, unless you know engines inside out, to pinpoint two players. Here's the key differences. Here's that, it's all the smaller detail in it.
Looking at pixels, yeah. So the big thing is that we don't want you to notice the tech, so that's good. Our goal is to make sure that it pulls you in, and when you're playing, that you're in it. It's more immersive than we've ever done. And there's tons of new tech with new like displacement maps for terrain and sub-D for characters, and the things that you get in the world, like when you go to look at a weapon or something, and it starts to break down as you get really close to it. Well, with sub-D, it'll keep subdividing and keep looking good because it's all happening in engine, so assets will hold up. And that's not about, well, that's cool that we're doing that. It's cool because you don't have those moments where I'm playing a game, right? Obviously, everyone knows they're playing a game when you're playing Call of Duty, but you want it to feel like you're immersed in the story. And when you get those moments, it kind of can take you out of it. So the new engine's allowing us to just really wrap the game around the player.
You talking game length at all at the moment?
No. No. Not
a single word to be said on that. We're going to have to wait for release to find out. Okay, but with multiplayer, can we talk about multiplayer a little bit? Can we touch on that? Okay. Well, what are you guys bringing to the party now? I mean, you guys have pretty much defined what the modern first-person shooter does in the multiplayer arena. I mean, how do you, with that bar raised, what do you do?
Well, we just make it better. And the goal there is, like, obviously we want to keep what's core about to Call of Duty is just really, really solid, smooth gameplay, low latency control, so it feels really good when you play. But then also doing things with new animation systems and like a contextual lean and knee slide and a bunch of different things that are just going to kind of change and add more to it. Just how the player moves through the world, like first-person stuff, just make it more fluid, how you go through the world. And then just obviously we're doing a thing called dynamic maps and how that works, and kind of taking what's used to be a static map and making it so that it kind of changes. So you not only do you learn the map, you also learn how to utilize, react to these different things that can happen in the maps. So those are really the big things that we're talking about right now that's going to help, just kind of get us started on what will be a lot of multiplayer talk in the future.
Where are you guys now? What have you got left to do before the game launches?
Work. There are guys at Infinity Ward, most of the guys at Infinity Ward are cranking away so hard. The amount of effort and work that those guys put into the game is amazing. So we will continue to work, and we will continue to refine and continue to make the best Call of Duty we can.
Listen, thanks so much for talking to us.
Yep, no problem.
There are those who wear masks to protect themselves. And there are those who wear masks to protect us all.